Alright, what's fucking good? Not ladies, probably. Mostly gentlemen this time. We've got another untitled presentation here, hoping to help you with a somewhat niche problem. Wait, is the fan too loud? Hold on, 3 seconds. Okay, I turned the fan off. Wonderful. So, we started the school year off right, as you already know. Your boy got fucking 2 rejections in already in the first couple of weeks. And therefore, in the midst of dealing with that, not dealing with that, it's not that big of a deal, my guy. This phrase popped into my mind and I thought I should make a video about it. The focus on yourself king. I'm sure you've seen all the epic funny Sigma funk remix TikToks that are like, reject woman, embrace penis, or whatever. And then they'll have some like Greek or Roman statue over fucking funk music and then sometimes Rizz or Alex Eubank in the background. And then like Patrick Bateman or something. These are usually made by people with very, very bad hygiene, and the advice is pretty meme tier most times when it's taken, but I wanted to break it down because there are some times when it can be useful. I'm not going to elaborate on any of these fucking items. We're going to be breaking down is this cope or not. Let's break down this advice. Pretty much what it boils down to: pretend women don't exist. Dedicate 100% of your time to taking care of yourself, whether that be like making sure you, I don't know, don't have actual intrusive thoughts 24/7, physically, making sure you're not like morbidly obese, doing anything related to your actual authentic goals. Again, literally anything but getting bitches, and oftentimes it's also like pretending like you don't even need other people, you don't even need to socialize or whatever. Literally just dedicate 100% of your time to yourself. The problem with this is that it's very often misinterpreted and it becomes a nothing burger because people say focus on yourself king, and then they fucking do it in the worst ways possible, where they're not actually meeting people, talking to people in the real world, but they still go online in these shitty little communities where they see through like a, not a rose tinted window, but like a shit tinted window into the real world, where they see these like little internet people, Fresh and Fit podcast, Ben Shapiro owns Feminist, all these things, these ways of seeing the real world as they perceive it through the internet, which is just not very good for them. Obviously, it doesn't do much for their social skills, and they just do this to focus on themselves instead of doing anything productive. And this becomes an excuse often to not have to socialize because I don't need other people, and then they unalive themselves at very early ages because of this. And that's fucking awful, and we don't want that happening. So we're going to look at when is this... What was that accent I just did? When is this advice a good idea? There's a very simple test you can do. Can you track the people, men and women, that you want? Now, I didn't put men and women to be more inclusive or anything. It's quite literally because can you get bitches and can you get friends? Just basically the two types of social connections that you're going to have other than your family. If no, if you're consistently going out there, people just aren't really receiving what is you very well. I don't know, unless you have some very inherent fucking very obvious disability, then it's most likely just a few basic things that you're doing wrong. In that case, see this as like, I don't know, trying to deadlift 315 in the gym, and you do it and it just doesn't budge off the floor. Now in that case, you wouldn't just go in every day and try and deadlift the same weight off the floor each day, right? Instead, you would want to build the strength. You would want to build up your fucking lower and upper back, your glutes, your quads, your fucking hamstrings, your core, your spinal erectors, all that good shit, so that when you finally did try to pick that weight up again, it'll be more well received and you would actually succeed. In a similar way, if you're just not very attractive to any people socially, you need to build the skills and the things that make you valuable in this situation. And this doesn't have to be as autistic as it first sounds, as we'll get into in a few bullet points. Obviously, there's the basic self-improvement things like becoming a more interesting person through having more experiences, fucking learning, looks maxing, all that stuff. You already know that. If you don't, just Google it. Very easy points you can put on the board there. But in my opinion, most importantly, is just kind of esoterically take a look at yourself and others. Number one is, are the people who you're trying to impress or like be around but you're not having much success with, are these actually like the right people for your authentic personality and who you would like to be around genuinely? If yes, and you can imagine yourself in this group having a grand old time. Maybe you're just not quite, I don't know, not quite there yet. Like there's some soccer team, and you can imagine yourself making very funny, haha, Peter Griffin Fortnite compilations together. You can tell I go outside a lot, but I don't know, you're just not athletic whatsoever, and you just can't keep up with them, can't do anything. It's not necessarily that they're different from you, and you need to be like, yeah, fuck those people. You just need to improve yourself until you can get up to that level, right? So that's the last point, just the basic things. But if they're not the people who you genuinely want to spend your time with, if there's some professional, like, candy flipping extravaganza aficionados, you probably don't want to have that, because you're going to get arrested. You're going to fucking die from overdosing one day. And obviously that's not the crowd you want to hang around. So you first want to decide that, is this worth it? Whoever you're trying to not really chase, but whatever group you are trying to attract, whether it is women or friends. And are you the right type of person for the setting, right? Again, if it's like some 4'5" guy who's like fucking trying to be really good at basketball, if he genuinely wants to, like, if it's very authentic to him that he wants to be very good at basketball, wonderful, go ahead. But if it's just like, I don't know, his friends forcing him to do that, he doesn't really like the sport, he gets shit on, maybe he would be best suited for something else, like, I don't know, powerlifting. He could probably hold a squat world record. So I'm pretty sure the most important work to do here on this focus on yourself king thing is think about the tendencies that may be very off-putting to other people, and not really fake your personality, but just kind of refine it a little bit through more experiences. And again, just not try to bang your head into the same wall, hit the same PR, talk to the same people over and over again while you're still the same version of yourself that hasn't yet had a fucking glow up. Now, when is this a bad idea? If you said yes to the test above, if you do feel yourself at that level where you're able to be around the people you want to be around, you pretty much don't need this video. Fucking socialize. Please actually talk to a woman. Don't force it and be weird. This is something that I don't know. I'm not sure if this is common or not. It's kind of what I did like a year ago or so, where it's like I would set it as like a challenge, where it's like women are this fucking foreign entity that is just like, okay, talk to this girl in this class and in this restaurant or whatever. And you just didn't see it as kind of, oh, I would talk to this person regardless of, whether they were a guy or a girl, because I just noticed something funny, noticed something cool that we can start up a conversation about, and just, don't let the fact that, like, oh, guys, it's a girl, don't let that put you off. Just fucking talk to people, because you know yourself enough to be confident by this point, because if you've answered yes to the test above, and you genuinely know that you're at that level, then you've had all those previous experiences where even if the other group isn't very receptive, you don't really mind. You know there are going to be others, and you know that doesn't detract from who you are. If you're at a good level and you take the advice of just focus on yourself, king, don't talk to anyone else, no one else matters, then this advice becomes pretty fucking poisonous, and it leads to a shitty mindset in some cases, where you can be like, I don't know, super smart guy, super jacked, super whatever, you're just leveled up one or several skills to a pretty high level, but you just never show it because you're just very resentful of the world for that, like, past state which they treated you badly, and you kind of close yourself off and never open back up from there. So in short conclusion, we'll see if this actually, like, if the NVIDIA fucking GeForce experience captured it properly, this entire video, or I may have to redo it. But assuming that's not the case, it is a good idea to take the focus on yourself king Sigma Funk advice, and don't don't just like watch Andrew Tate podcasts after taking that advice or whatever. Genuinely work on skills that can help you. It's a good idea if you know that you would like to be with a specific, girl or group of people, but you're just not at that level yet. If that's the case, 100,000% dedicate your time to yourself. Don't try to bang your head against that same wall. And then just retry the PR when you are ready. Now, when you are ready, do not do this whole focus on yourself king shit, because, humans, I don't know if you know this, humans do pretty well when they're together. In that case, you don't need me to tell you this at all. socialize, my guy. Focus on yourself and being a overall asset to your fellow man. With that being said, have a good night. I'm fucking out. Really hope this recorded.